You're listening to The Bible Guys, a podcast where a couple of friends talk about the Bible in fun and practical ways.
Jeff, eventually we're going to get a new roll in.
You think so?
Yeah.
I hope so.
That is so unbelievably old.
It is old.
That we used to use...
You're like half the man you are in that video now.
Yeah, weight-wise.
Yeah, you've lost so much weight.
But guess what? We used to use headphones.
Yeah, we did.
So on that...
It's because we were cool.
Yeah, back then, that was that long. How long has it been since we have not used headphones?
More than a year.
Oh, way more than a year. Yeah, I would say
2
closer
years?
to 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, probably so.
It's been a long time.
That's how long that roll-in is.
It's time to make a new roll-in?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get to it eventually. We'll get around to it.
Okay.
But everybody who listens regularly, if we change the audio of that, they're going to be like, it's not the same.
Yeah, they won't even know what they're listening to.
They won't even know what to do with themselves.
That's Connor. He did a great job on that voiceover.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, man, we've got a cool, what do you call these things that we do at the beginning? Segments. We've got a cool segment.
Yes, we do. Before we dive into the quote that Jesus said, return home and tell how much God has done for you. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure that is necessarily one that we quote all the time.
All the time.
But it certainly is attached to a famous story.
Yes.
We're going to go ahead and fill in the blank today. So it says this. Desiree says, let's try this again, but this time Jeff will start a sentence. Then Chris will have to complete it in an unexpected way.
Okay.
So we'll see if it goes better this time. Last time it was pretty good.
Okay. So
my goal is to make it
I'm
great.
going to start a sentence.
Yes.
That you have to finish.
Yes.
Maybe setting up some kind of story concept.
Yeah, just...
Is that it?
Well, it says unexpected, which means I can do whatever I want.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be unexpected. Okay, so there I was standing in the lobby with a chicken under my arm when the janitor came up and said...
Do not slice its neck because I don't feel like cleaning up another bucket of blood today.
Wow. That went dark.
Well, it's only chicken killing. It's not human. It's not human. It's not human.
Boys and
killing.
girls, we are not advocating that you go out and
and slice your chicken. Hey, listen, anybody who grows up in a farm,
that's true.
Cuts chickens' heads off.
That's true. Wow. Okay, that is not what I was expecting to come out of it.
Well, that you said it says unexpected.
I thought you were going to say something about don't squeeze it because I don't want to clean the mess or something like that.
Yeah, nope.
Right.
I said spill its blood.
More eggs. Yeah, there's all kinds of things that could have happened there besides.
Well, guess what?
It.
Guess what?
You watch too many movies, man.
No, I have actually, believe it or not, this is a true statement. Mm-hmm. I've actually wrestled with the idea because I'm not a hunter. Right. Mm-hmm. So if you like, I would never go hunting. I never could do it.
Right.
But I've held chickens before, and I've heard stories about chickens, probably more so than any other animal, about how to prepare chicken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so I just.
So you think you can do that one?
Visually, no, of course I cannot.
Oh.
But visually, I picture it every time I think of a chicken. So me holding a chicken, that's all I think about.
That's all you think about it.
Because people say, this is what you do.
This is what you do.
And I'm like, I could never do that. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm glad other people do.
Yeah, we butchered, when I was growing up, we butchered 100 chickens in 2 days.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, 99. I take it back. It was 99 because one of them had died. But yeah, we had 99
That's crazy.
chickens that we butchered in 2 days. So yeah.
Isn't that the ones where
it's just a thing, man?
Where you were wanting male and female, and they were all female or something?
Well, we wanted hens, and somehow my dad got 99 roosters because I wanted to sell eggs.
That's so great.
Yeah. So we had to fatten them up and then butcher them.
That's so great. Okay, go ahead. So another sentence.
Well, that was my only sentence.
Oh no, we're supposed to do a few.
Oh, we're supposed to do a few.
Yeah, tell you what, let's just do one more.
Okay.
Let's just do one more.
Yep.
Okay, go.
When the officer walked up to my window, I said,
would you like to go on a date?
What?
I don't know. I just saw a TikTok.
Did you just propose to a...
Well, not me personally.
Yeah.
The hypothetical person in the car.
No, I thought it was your story.
No.
You're supposed to, so I start your story. So it's your story.
Oh, it's me? I wasn't thinking it was me.
Yeah, okay.
Now, let me tell you the reason why. I just saw like a TikTok video or something where a girl got pulled over and she asked the officer out.
Oh, no.
I literally just saw it.
Oh, no.
It might have been this morning or yesterday.
Okay.
Well, I don't feel like that counted.
Wow, okay.
Because I didn't do it from me.
Okay.
All right. You want to do one more?
There I was
in
in the ocean.
Yep.
And I had just stood up on my surfboard when...
the Loch Ness Monster came up and took a bite out of my shin.
Wow.
There it is.
In the ocean.
Yes.
Wow.
That's the reason why they haven't spotted him.
They haven't seen him in a while.
Right,
because he's cruising the ocean.
All water sources lead to the ocean.
He's out in the
Jeff.
ocean.
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
Wow. All water sources except the Dead Sea.
That's correct.
Yes. And
That's
the Sea of
correct.
Galilee.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And all of the other lakes that are below sea level.
You know what I was trying to quote, right?
No.
In Finding Nemo, he said all drains lead to the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sorry.
Quoting Nemo.
Yes,
Yeah.
Finding Nemo. I was actually quoting.
Who would have thought that a cartoon wouldn't be entirely scientifically correct?
All drains lead to the ocean.
I would have never thought.
Well, I mean, they weren't trying to be scientific. It was a fish
I was
who
joking.
had a theory.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
I don't remember the name of the fish, though,
I don't either.
whatever his name was.
Okay. Well, here we are now. And speaking of leading to water,
Oh.
I don't know. Is that what we've got?
No.
Leading to water?
I would say, speaking of unexpected endings.
Unexpected endings. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Jesus.
Who would have ever thought that the deranged man filled with demons would end up being in his own right mind?
Yeah. Or that the pigs would run down the hill into the water.
Yes. I
See,
mean,
that's what I was saying. All things run down.
all of it is unexpected.
Okay. So, anyways, that was a terrible, terrible roll-in setup for this story. But we are in Luke.
You mean transition?
Transition.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are in Luke chapter 8. And verse 26, it says, "So they arrived in the region of the Gerasenes across the lake from Galilee." Do you remember when Jesus had stopped the storm?
I do remember that.
Remember on the other side,
Yes.
it was just massive crowds. And he's like, hey, we got to leave these crowds. Let's go to the other side.
Right.
In the middle, there's this big storm. He wakes up, says, peace be still. When they get to the other side of the lake, this story happens. Right here.
Yes. As soon as he gets off the boat.
So they arrived in the region of Gerasenes across the lake from Galilee. As Jesus was climbing out of the boat, a man who was possessed by demons came out to meet him. For a long time, he had been homeless and naked, living in the tombs outside the town. As soon as he saw Jesus, he shrieked, fell down in front of him, and then he screamed, "Why are you interfering with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? Please, I beg you, don't torture me." For Jesus had already commanded the evil spirit to come out of him. The spirit had often taken control of the man, even when he was placed under guard and put in chains and shackles. He simply broke them and rushed out into the wilderness, completely under the demon's power. Jesus demanded, "What is your name?" "Legion," he replied, for he was filled with many demons. The demons kept begging Jesus not to send them into the bottomless pit. There happened to be a large herd of pigs feeding on the hillside nearby, and the demons begged him to let them enter into the pigs. So Jesus gave them permission. So the demons came out of the man and entered the pigs, and the entire herd plunged down the steep hillside into the lake and drowned. When the herdsmen saw it, they fled to the nearby town and the surrounding countryside, spreading the news as they ran. People rushed out to see what had happened. A crowd soon gathered around Jesus, and they saw the man who'd been freed from the demons. He was sitting at Jesus' feet, fully clothed and perfectly sane, and they were all afraid. Then those who had seen what had happened told the others how the demon-possessed man had been healed. And all the people in the region of the Gerasenes begged Jesus to go away and leave them alone, for a great wave of fear swept over them. So Jesus returned to the boat and left, crossing back to the other side of the lake. The men who had been freed from the demons begged to go with him, but Jesus sent him home, saying, "No, go back to your family and tell them everything God has done for you." So he went all through the town, proclaiming the good things Jesus had done for him. Oh, well, that corrected my application from the other day. The other day I had said Jesus told him, don't tell people.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
we were talking
about
how so many times Jesus don't tell people, and I just lumped this story in it. But he didn't. Jesus told him, no, you can't travel with me. I want your best witness is going to be at home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
it was the evidence of his healing that was the
this-
witness, but he went home and told everybody.
Yeah, and didn't another version records this same story and says that he actually went to the 10 surrounding cities, the Decapolis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So actually, maybe the other one includes something else too.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, he says, don't go with me, but go spread
tell
the
everybody,
news.
yeah.
Go tell everybody. And yeah, he went out around, and he didn't just. Jesus didn't say go to the 10 cities.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus just said stay here, and then it says that he went to the Decapolis.
Right.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Yes, and
It's the 10 cities.
yeah, the 10 cities, surrounding cities.
Polis city.
Yep.
Deca.
Yep.
10.
And yes, thank you. I was reading a Roman numeral just yesterday, and I was trying to figure out all the meanings of it, and I couldn't do it. It was like MCLV11, and I was like, well, I know what V means. I know what 11 means.
M is 1,000.
M is 1,000. What's L?
L is 50.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. Darn it! I wish I can go back now and see the number.
Isn't
and
it?
Add it all up.
Isn't it? Is the Roman numeral
Yeah,
L is 50?
I don't know what L is. I know C is 100. So L has to be 50. You're right. And then V is 5, and then 1 is 1. So, yep. Anyway, Jesus.
Yeah, it's 50.
Yeah, I'm trying to shift my brain. Oh yeah, there it is. I'm trying to shift my brain. So here's what I love about this conversation, that the demons immediately recognize Jesus, and when they see him, they shriek.
Right.
So the book of James says even the demons believe and they tremble.
Right.
It also says that if you submit yourselves therefore to God, resist the devil, he will flee from you. So it tells us that the demons are afraid. The demons recognize Jesus' authority. They literally call him by his title.
Right.
They say, Jesus, Son of the Most High God. And do not torture me. They're afraid, because here these demons possess this man, and they have just wreaked havoc in this man's life. And then Jesus comes along, and they're like, oh no, right? And then they say, just, allow us to go into the herd of swine, which, by the way, is a crazy, crazy turn of events, isn't it?
Yeah.
And now you were in the Sea of Galilee.
Yeah.
When we sailed, because I went at a different time than you, but our group, when we were there, we sailed to the south near this city, and there was a massive cliff that had a slight slope and a complete drop off. And they said this is where the pigs most likely would have run down and jumped off the cliff. Did they tell you that too?
Yeah. Well, we could see it from where we were. We were more to the north, but when we turned around, you could see the hill on the cliff side over there. Yeah. The other, it's not a big lake, so. Right.
And which is pretty amazing. And so just the goings on of these demons. How many demons were inside this man to possess an entire herd of swine?
A legion was the largest unit in the Roman army. This is according to the Life Applications about Study
1,000,
Bible.
right?
I don't know why people don't have study Bibles. It says.
Well, what do you mean? Maybe people do.
No, I don't. I can't imagine why somebody wouldn't.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's it. A legion was the largest unit in the Roman army, having between 3,000 and 6,000 soldiers.
What?
The man was possessed by not one but many demons.
3,000 to 6,000? I did not know that. I thought legion meant 1,000.
Well, let me ask. Maybe the Bible's lying to us. Let's find out what ChatGPT says.
It would be the scholars writing the study notes, not the actual Bible.
Right.
But I just preached on this the other week. It must have been 3 or 4 weeks ago. And when I was reading the scripture, I said, "We are legion."
This says a Roman legion at its peak strength during the late Republic and early Empire typically had about 4,000 to 6,000 soldiers.
Well, there you go.
Though the exact number varied over time and by circumstance.
There it is.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. So many more than we think.
Yeah.
And
so when people talk about a legion, they often mean the core Roman citizen soldiers. Roughly 5,000 men is a good ballpark.
Wow.
So you're talking somewhere around 5,000.
So have you ever been asked the question over the years, how many angels do you believe there are? Because it doesn't give us a total number in the Bible, correct?
That's correct.
But it does say that when Satan rebelled against God, Lucifer, who was the chief angel, beautiful, by the way, in appearance, that 1/3 of the angels.
1/3 of all the angels fell. It was the stars fell from heaven.
Yeah, the stars fell from heaven. And so they were cast down to the earth, and they became known as demons. And so whether or not their countenance has changed, whether or not they're still beautiful, we don't really have much insight into that, other than that Satan appears to Adam and Eve in the form of a snake, or actually a serpent.
Right.
Right.
Well, so the question
Could
being,
have
how many angels are there, or how many demons are there?
Yeah, well, I mean, this insight here, if their name is Legion, there's a good chance there's thousands in one man.
Yeah.
Which means there's probably a surplus of other demons elsewhere, right? Not.
Oh yeah,
not-
surely this guy didn't have all the demons.
Correct.
How important is he?
Right.
Because angels and demons can't be everywhere at one time.
That's right.
Only God
That's right.
can be.
That's
Which
right.
means then the devil has limited resources.
Right.
And he has to marshal his resources. It's why the Bible talks a lot in military terms when it talks about angels and demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's because the devil has to marshal his troops. He has to use his troops. There's spiritual warfare going on. And so he has to make sure that his troops are on the front lines of spiritual warfare. So the idea that this guy, that the devil would just willy-nilly just go, hey, let's send 5,000 into that guy.
Right.
Right? Unless there's maybe millions of angels and millions of demons.
I have read in commentaries before that would suggest that there's millions.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, I would think that.
Yeah.
You think about, I think I literally described, I think it was yesterday, I was at lunch with one of our people at our staff, and I told him the story about how I was riding a motorcycle and I went down at 55 miles an hour and came up without a scratch. And so, the ambulance came. I only had a half a helmet on. It was all tore up. It was literally just all scratched up. And I didn't have a single scratch on my entire body except for I had these leather gloves on, and they had, the knuckles were exposed, and this knuckle had a tiny little scratch on it where there was a little bit of blood. And I went down at 55 on asphalt, and I rolled like a piece of sausage for like 40 yards.
Which, by the way, that's an incredibly descriptive
I know.
piece of sausage.
Yes.
That's fabulous for me.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Well, the people behind me who actually saw me fall said I was flailing. I just kept on rolling over and over and over. And the ambulance comes, and the guy who's, literally, shining the light in my eyes says, I've been an ambulance driver for 13 years. He said, I'm a motorcycle owner myself. He said, how fast did you say you were going when you went down? I said, 55 miles an hour. And he said, I have never, ever, ever seen anybody who's went down at 55. He goes, I'm literally going to give you permission to get back on your bike and ride. He goes, you are completely fine. And so, I don't know about you, but I'm like, that's divine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could try to explain it away another way.
Well, the Bible says that we have angels that look over us and guard us, right? God's people, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, so I'm thinking, hey, if I have an angel, right? And I've had an angel experience before, by the way, which is a whole nother sermon altogether. I don't have time to tell that, but I believe it was an angel. Hebrews says we attend angels unaware, right?
Yeah.
And so I believe I've experienced that. That means there has to be a plethora of angels.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
At God's disposal.
And then on top of that, you want to know how powerful the angels are. In the Old Testament, there's one story, one angel defeats 75,000 people. One angel.
Right.
Right. So as you're trying to work out how powerful is the angel God has assigned to taking care of you, well, there you go. Right. Even if it happens to be the guy who's trying to earn his wings on.
Stop! On It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, what was his name?
Clarence.
Yeah,
Clarence.
Even if you got Clarence, right? He's a pretty tough one. That's what I'm trying to say compared to us. So then that's also
because, hey, by the way, Jimmy Stewart said, "Figures you'd be the kind of angel I'd get." That's what he says. That's what he says to Clarence. That's so good.
Right. But anyways, that's not how angels happen. They're a distinct creation of God.
Right.
Nobody becomes an angel.
That's right. And by the way, that's important. I would say, I honestly, truly believe this. I believe the majority of our listeners, probably up to 75% of every single Christian listening to this, probably don't differentiate the fact that angels are not humans that get wings.
That's right.
Because it's become such a great part of our culture, largely in
significant
part.
part.
What did I say?
Great.
A great part. Yeah, it's a significant part of our culture, largely because of that movie.
Right.
That movie has become world renowned.
Sure.
And so you see all the time people with cartoons. Cartoon people die, and then all of a sudden they have wings and they get halos. And you see comic book cartoons written about this. In every funeral that I go to, I bet you, goodness gracious, almost half of them refer to the person deceased as getting their wings
Yeah.
and becoming angels.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
yeah.
I mean,
I know.
it's a
he's
huge
my
amount
angel
of
with me
people.
now. There's a lot of songs that talk about that. I think.
Yes.
That's what people think, but it's not true.
It's not
Angels,
true.
Angelic beings were distinctly created by God as a distinct
That's right.
creation, different from humanity.
That's right.
And so
That's
people
right.
don't become angels.
That's right.
We are a spirit. We're a soul and a spirit, and in Christ, then you are alive in Christ. The Bible says He gives us a new body, right?
Yeah.
And so.
My son and I and my wife, we were going to a wedding. I just did my nephew's wedding in Ohio last weekend, and we came across this old antique store in this small township, and my wife loved it, of course. And they were playing K-Love and Christian music, and they said "God bless you" and all these things. And my wife was like, "I want to own this store." Anyway, so we're in there, and they had one of those old adding machines.
Oh, uh-huh.
The kind that go cha-ching, cha-ching like this.
Yeah.
And Stephen grabbed it, and he goes cha-ching, and he goes, "Hey, look, fellas, I'm giving out wings," because that's what Nick did behind the bar.
Yep, that's funny.
Anyway, so sorry.
That's funny.
So
we
let's
should
go
get
back
into
to
the story of this guy then. So this guy is absolutely tortured by his circumstances. I don't know what led to his possession, right? We don't know, but it's very significant. His past, you can only imagine. What would lead to being possessed by thousands of demons is incomprehensible.
Yeah.
It's not just something, I don't believe that you just suddenly are possessed by demons. It's something that you have to kind of allow or open up in your life, right? Whatever.
Yeah, some people pursue or mess around with the mystic arts or Ouija boards or voodoo, right?
It is the beginning of the process, I think, for people when they begin to open up themselves to this evil spiritual realm thing. Whatever happened, anyways, he's howling at the moon and running naked, and they can't chain him, and he's living in the tombs.
In the graveyard, in the tombs.
Right, and it's just... Something happens in the graveyard when Jesus shows up. He casts out these demons. And then the next phrase is that he was sitting there clothed and in his right mind when the people show up mad because the pigs are dead.
Right.
They're terrified of this guy. They won't let him live in the city.
Right.
They're in the village. They've tried to chain him up. But then the economy gets affected, and that's more important than people. Right? And they're mad at Jesus about the fact that the economy gets screwed up, and they're more concerned about their money than they are about this man. But he's sitting there, and he's in his right mind. Now, we know that this is a Gentile town. This isn't a Jewish town because they're raising pigs.
Right.
So it's interesting to me, Jesus was doing miracles for non-Jews just like he was doing for the Jews, right?
That's
in
right.
this situation.
That's awesome.
And that's a very significant moment. So...
Yeah. And I also love the fact that Jesus tells the man, the man has an idea, and he says, "Let me go with you." And Jesus says, "No, I have a better plan for you. I have a different plan for you." Right? And oftentimes, we ask God for certain things, and we say, "God, I want this." And by the way, a lot of our requests are noble. They're good intentioned, right? I mean, who wouldn't want to get on the boat and go with Jesus?
Sure.
Right? Hey, I could be your witness.
I'm going to go into full-time ministry with you, Jesus.
Yes.
And he says, no, your greatest ministry is with your family.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with your friends, where you have the reputation, where you have influence. Go tell people and tell them who you used to be, because people have heard of him. Yeah. Right? And so, he has an idea, and Jesus has a different idea. And I think that sometimes in our lives, we do the same thing. We say, well, God, I want to do this, or I want to become this, or I want to, take this step in my life. And sometimes God whispers us, to us, or, closes a door and opens another window, kind of a thing, where it's like, no, God has a different idea, and it's still, a great idea. In fact, it's a better idea because it's God's idea. And so sometimes we have to accept the fact that God has a different course for us than we want for ourselves.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Powerful.
There are people who come and say, I want to be a preacher like you, but they don't have the gift of teaching.
Yeah, but to be clear, almost always the other course God has is all about impact too.
That's right.
Even though he couldn't see it. So go back to your family and tell them everything God has done for you. It's not like just go back home, get your job and live your life. It's go back now and leverage what I've done. God's not going to waste the hurt in your life. He's not going to waste your story. Your story is God's story in your life. So now go back and tell people what Jesus has done for you. That's what he's saying.
That's right.
It's powerful.
That's really good. Okay. Well, hey, that's all of our time. So we will see you next time, hopefully, on the Bible Guys.